In the fall of 1943, the U.S. Navy allegedly conducted one of the most secretive and bizarre experiments in military history, a warship that vanished from sight, a crew that fused with steel, and whispers of time travel that still echo through naval archives. This is the Philadelphia experiment, where science meets conspiracy. World War II pushed science to its limits. The U.S. Navy sought technologies that could give it an edge. Radar invisibility, stealth, and even electromagnetic cloaking. According to legend, scientists at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard worked on a project called Project Rainbow. Its purpose: to make a ship invisible to enemy radar, maybe even to the naked eye. The vessel chosen, the USS Eldridge, DE-173. On October 28, 1943, the story goes, massive electromagnetic generators were switched on. Witnesses claimed the ship was enveloped in a greenish-blue glow, then it disappeared. Moments later, the Eldridge reportedly reappeared in Norfolk, Virginia, 200 miles away. Before returning to Philadelphia, the alleged result: teleportation and possibly time travel. But when the ship came back, chaos followed. Some witnesses claimed that when the Eldridge rematerialized, parts of the crew were embedded in the steel hull, alive, but fused to the ship. Others were said to have vanished entirely or gone insane. One alleged witness, Carlos Allende, also known as Carl Allen, wrote letters in the 1950s to author Morris K. Jessup, claiming he saw the experiment firsthand from another ship, and that the Navy had covered it up. The U.S. Navy has repeatedly denied any such experiment ever took place. Records show the USS Eldridge was in Brooklyn, not Philadelphia, during the supposed event. According to naval historians, the ship was part of standard radar and degaussing tests, a real process to make ships less magnetic and less vulnerable to mines, not invisible to sight. The dates of the alleged event: on October 28, 1943, the date of the primary alleged disappearance, the Eldridge's log places the ship in New York Harbor. Norfolk Transit. The ship left New York as part of a convoy on November 1, 1943, and arrived at the Naval Operating Base in Norfolk, Virginia, on November 2, 1943. It traveled between New York and Norfolk for the rest of that period. No evidence. The Naval History and Heritage Command, NHHC, has repeatedly searched its archives and found no official documents or evidence to support the claims of an invisibility or teleportation experiment involving any Navy ship. Hoax origin. The story is widely regarded as a hoax originating from a merchant seaman named Carl M. Allen, Carlos Miguel Allende, who later admitted to fabricating the story. Official Navy statements and the ship's actual movement records effectively debunk the claim that the USS Eldridge was involved in any such experiment in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia experiment has also been called Project Rainbow. A comprehensive search of the archives has failed to identify records of a Project Rainbow relating to teleportation or making a ship disappear. In the 1940s, the codename Rainbow was used to refer to the Rome, Berlin, Tokyo axis. The Rainbow plans were the war plans to defeat Italy, Germany, and Japan. Rainbow V, the plan in effect on December 7, 1941 when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, was the plan the U.S. used to fight the Axis powers. Some researchers have erroneously concluded that degaussing has a connection with making an object invisible. Degaussing is a process in which a system of electrical cables are installed around the circumference of ship's hull, running from bow to stern on both sides. A measured electrical current is passed through these cables to cancel out the ship's magnetic field. Degaussing equipment was installed in the hull of Navy ships and could be turned on whenever the ship was in waters that might contain magnetic mines, usually shallow waters in combat areas. It could be said that degaussing, correctly done, makes a ship invisible to the sensors of magnetic mines, but the ship remains visible to the human eye, radar, and underwater listening devices. Proponents of the story claim the experiment was based on Einstein's unified field theory, an unproven idea linking gravity and electromagnetism. If the theory worked, it could bend light and space-time, rendering an object invisible or displaced in time. Skeptics counter that such energy would require enormous power, far beyond 1940s technology. Any attempt to create such fields near a ship's hull would have destroyed its electronics and likely killed the crew instantly. Whistleblowers like Al Bielek later claimed to be survivors of the experiment, saying they traveled through time to the year 2137.
Hello, my name is Alfred Bielek. I have been involved in the Philadelphia experiment, the Montauk Project, time travel. I wound up in the 28th century, and this was in a time period of 2749 to 2751 AD. Talk about changes in civilization, society, and everything else. It was drastically changed from what we saw in 2137, as this is now 600 years later. The cities were enormous. The cities were beautiful. They had ground-based cities, much as we have always had them, but they also had something else, floating cities. Floating cities, due to anti-gravity techniques being perfected sufficiently that they could float an entire city, but it floated on this platform and they could move the city any place they wanted.
Others tie the project to later research at Montauk Air Force Station, known as the Montauk Project, allegedly a continuation of the Philadelphia experiment. No verified evidence supports these claims, but they continue to fuel conspiracy forums and UFO documentaries to this day. Key experiments and technologies allegedly conducted at Montauk: time manipulation and time travel. One of the central themes of the Montauk Project is the alleged experimentation with time travel. According to claims, scientists and military personnel attempted to create devices capable of bending or piercing the fabric of time, allowing for travel into the past or future. The Montauk Chair, a device purportedly designed to enhance psychic abilities, allowing users to access alternate timelines or communicate across different points in time. Time portals, alleged portals that could be opened and closed at will, enabling personnel to observe or travel to different eras. Historical interventions. Some stories suggest that the project aimed to influence historical events by sending agents back in time or retrieving information from the past. Teleportation and advanced physics. Some accounts describe experiments involving teleportation of objects and even living beings. Object teleportation, moving physical objects across short or long distances without traditional transportation. Human teleportation. Allegations that some experiments successfully transported humans, although these claims lack verifiable evidence. Dimensional interference. Research into other dimensions or parallel universes, purportedly opening gateways to alternate realities. The myth-inspired books like The Philadelphia Experiment, Project Invisibility by Charles Berlitz and William L. Moore, blending speculation with supposed interviews. Hollywood took notice too. In 1984, the Philadelphia Experiment film dramatized the event as a time travel thriller. A sequel followed in 1993. Another film version in 2013 called Devil's Pass, also known as the Dyatlov Pass Incident, and the concept of the Philadelphia Experiment. Devil's Pass is a 2013 horror film that uses the real-life Dyatlov Pass incident as a starting point, but introduces a fictional conspiracy theory that links the events to the Philadelphia Experiment. In the movie, the students investigating the Dyatlov Pass incident uncover a hidden bunker and a government cover-up, with the ultimate reveal suggesting that the Dyatlov incident was caused by a failed teleportation experiment reminiscent of the Philadelphia experiment, leading to mutated soldiers and time anomalies. And documentaries from the History Channel and Discovery have kept the legend alive. Facts. The USS Eldridge was real and served in World War II. Degaussing to counteract magnetic mines was standard Navy practice. Conspiracies. Crew fused with metal. Teleportation across 200 miles. Government time travel experiments. In the absence of physical evidence, most researchers label the story as myth, though a powerful one. Whether it was misunderstood science, post-war paranoia, or something the Navy truly hid, the Philadelphia experiment remains one of America's most enduring mysteries, a story where technology, secrecy, and imagination collide, blurring the line between history and the impossible. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for watching Project Wake.
See you next time.
Rex?